Hi, and welcome to this week's video. Today I'm going to share with you a little secret that I have. And that secret is how to improve the retention rate of your students within your private piano studio. This is something that I am asked constantly about from other private piano teachers and colleagues that I have. I feel very fortunate that I've learned the secret to know how to maintain a studio that stays full and has minimal students leaving. And guess what? It's not that tricky. It's quite simple. You must join music organizations. It is absolutely necessary if you want your private studio to thrive. And I'll be honest, I did not always know this. When I first started teaching, I thought, okay, this is lessons. I teach private piano lessons. I do my thing. My students will want to continue taking from me, but it doesn't work that way. I mean, it may for some of you, but it makes all the difference the second you join an organization. I promise you. Now, being from Utah County, I found an absolutely wonderful organization. It's called Encore, and it is an organization that has events for our students that last every month of the school year except for December. And I'm talking all kinds of events. These events range anywhere from a very competitive keyboard competition to evaluations that include technique and theory and ear training and even scholarships. It's absolutely fabulous for the students. One of the events that is my students' favorite is ensemble, where they get to be paired up with another partner. Sometimes I put them into trios or I even put them into quartets, and they get that ensemble playing experience while they're making wonderful friendships. And as they participate in these events, not only are they working harder, which is amazing and incredible, you love to see that as the teacher, but they're also receiving wonderful feedback from professional judges that evaluate them. And the students are working towards awards, whether they be gold cups or medallions, but there's something that they're working towards, and that is what makes the difference. Students get that feeling of satisfaction that they're completing something, and it feels good inside. I really believe that if the student doesn't have something that they're working towards, it's just too easy to become very relaxed, and they don't want to try as hard. And unfortunately, with other events and activities that they can be involved in that do have incentives, they start to take over, and the joy and enthusiasm for the piano begins to fade. But this is the answer. It is in music organizations. I don't care where you live. I know that there are organizations around you. I mentioned that I belong to Encore, but I also belong to a national music teachers organization called MTNA, and that stands for Music Teachers National Association. And as part of that organization, they have it broken down according to state and then even cities, universities, and that is also a wonderful organization. So I promise you, depending on where you live, you can find a chapter that belongs to this National Music Teachers Association. But there are other ones. Some of you might be familiar with Federation. That's one that I've been aware of. I haven't joined that one personally. But you have to just do a little bit of digging. Get online. Try to see if you can find some around you. You can always go to your local music stores and talk to people there who might be knowledgeable about them. You can also ask friends. Sometimes just networking with the other piano teachers in the area, they're happy to share with you what they know. And I would also include that these organizations are not only good for our students, but they are absolutely beneficial for us as teachers, because they very oftentimes have conferences where we have opportunity to enhance and grow our skills and knowledge. And if we're not progressing as teachers, then we're not doing our job to serve our students, because we will start to fall behind. Music is always progressing, and people are becoming better at the craft and the skill of playing piano, and we need to be right on top of that. We need to be on the edge, right there ready to help our students be the best that they can be. So that's the secret. It is join music organizations. It sounds simple, but it really is worth it. It just takes a little bit of digging around. Look into your city and what they might offer or around you, and go for it. I bet you money that it will make a huge difference, and both you and your students will really enjoy it.
Hi, my name is Daniel Olsen. I'm the current president of the Encore Association here in Utah County. The Encore Association is made up of a group of teachers. There's around 50 or so teachers. I don't know how many exactly, but anyway, a bunch of teachers, really good teachers who want to offer opportunities for their students to perform. So everybody has a job in Encore, an assignment, and we kind of take turns with the different jobs and assignments. And what's really great about it is that by volunteering and helping, we can create these opportunities for our students to be able to perform and to excel and to be motivated. So anyway, with Encore Association, some of the things I like about it are that we have an event every month. Nearly every month. We start off with a keyboard competition in September, and one of the great things about that is the prize is money, and so students can win money. I find that students are often motivated by a lot of money, and so if they have that as an incentive and it gets them to work hard, then that's really great. Just my son in particular, when he was 8 years old, he really wanted to win the Division I competition where the prize money was $30, and so he practiced a Haydn concerto and another smaller piece for about 3 hours a day, probably more sometimes, and I had to practice with him most of the time. But anyway, even some days it would be really hard, but I kept saying, you don't need to do this, but he would always like, no, I want to win, I really want to do my best. Anyway, so it was a super motivational thing for him, and he did win the $30, but the thing that I saw that he gained was the ability to work really hard at something and to achieve a goal, which I think is one of the great things about the Encore Association, is that there's all these events, and the level is really quite high, the performance, and so students have to work really hard and do really well. Do other teachers tell them if they want to do well at these organizations? I try to join as many as I can because I like to offer these opportunities for my students to perform and to get out there and have great experiences and win money. So anyway, thank you.
Hi, my name is Larissa Koch. I am the president of Utah Music Teachers Association. Thank you, Janae, for inviting me to talk a little bit about UMTA. For me, UMTA has provided the way for me to sharpen my saw after graduation from college. It has provided so many opportunities for me to grow and renew myself professionally and personally. One of the ways in which that has happened has been my opportunity to attend the state conferences held once a year at UMTA. This year in November 8th and 9th, Utah will host Brian Chung, who is a nationally recognized specialist in composition and improvisation. They will also host Nancy O'Neill Breath, who is an expert on practicing, not only on teaching students different methods and ways for practicing, but also she has a guide for parents on how to help your students practice. National conferences for MTNA also provide a chance to learn and experience some of the best teachers in the country and learn from them. Each chapter in UMTA also holds meetings, and those have been an amazing opportunity to learn also. One of the reasons that I originally joined UMTA was for the opportunities for my students. Students perform for a judge, and then 20% of the students go on to play in a state honors recital at the state conference. For me as a teacher personally, there are several other benefits. One is opportunity to apply for teacher enrichment grants. These are grants that are available for up to $750 to pursue some professional education or opportunity that I might be interested in, that might be studying and having lessons with a professor at a university. It might be traveling to an area to do study or research with someone else. It might be doing some type of training to benefit my studio. If you are a first-time member of UMTA, you're able to attend our state conference for free that first year. So there are many, many opportunities and ways to grow in this organization.